So since like 2018, I was always a gamer. I never really had a great PC, so mostly I played the games like PUBG Mobile, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Brawl Stars, stuff like that on my phone. When I got a pretty good phone in 2018, and since then I played games until like 2021. And basically, or 2022 even. And why I stopped playing video games. So while I was playing video games, I was always like working out and stuff like that because I enjoyed working out. But I never had any drive or motivation to actually like focus on, for example, making a business, or for example, reading more, or for example, meditating, improving my mental health, improving even my social circle, or even like trying to get a girlfriend, trying to like approach girls or DM girls or something like that, trying even to socialize more. I didn't really care about anything, so I would just like work out, sometimes eat like pretty clean because I wanted to have a good body. And yeah, that was basically it. I would just play video games, eat, work out, and sleep. And that's pretty good. Usually, it's like still better than average. But I wasn't really happy because my mental health was pretty fucked up, especially as I got into high school and I was bullied and stuff like that. So I stopped playing video games. And what happened is that I instantly uh, started getting more driven to actually like pursue like business, pursue like nofap even, pursue like just reading more books, stuff like that. Because what happens is that I saw this concept from one YouTuber called Alex Becker. Hamza also watched that YouTuber, and Alex Becker was talking about this concept. So your brain will always weigh out and see which activities give you the most dopamine for the least amount of effort. So, for example, if you have like 10 activities in your life, mainly in your day, for example, one can be working out, one can be like going to your job, one can be maybe like school, one can be like, for example, video games, one can be like watching TV, one can be like going onto Instagram. And out of all of these activities, the most likely the activity that will give you the most dopamine for the least amount of effort and pain will be video games usually, because like you will get some dopamine out of a workout or out of like getting a great grade at school, but still it can't compare to video games. And what happens is that your brain will realize like, fuck, the best way to get dopamine for me with the least amount of pain and effort and like energy spent is playing video games. So your brain will want to play more video games and do less of everything else. And it won't motivate you to like work on a business, because working on a business will give you like 10 times less dopamine for 10 times more effort. So like it's 100 times difference. So obviously your body won't really push you towards business. It will push you to play more video games. So what happened, at least for me, is when I stopped playing video games, I instantly started getting more motivated to like work on a business and stuff like that, and actually start earning money from it, because the dopamine I would get from working on a business was pretty good, because I didn't really have any insane entertainment in my day. The most entertainment would be like watching a few YouTube videos. And what happened later, just to like experiment more, was that in school once, me and like 10 friends would install Clash Royale and stuff like that to play in school while we were on the boring classes, and we didn't really care about those classes, so we would just play video games at school. And what happened is like we wouldn't really play at home because we didn't really care. At home we would like grind and stuff like that, but at school we would play. But what happened is that even though we played only at school for like 2 hours and we didn't play later, what happened is that still our brains would be thinking and looking forward to playing more video games, and wouldn't want to motivate us to like do a workout, to do stuff like that, stuff that is productive, because our brains would still remember like, why would he work on a business right now for 4 hours if it won't even compare to the pleasure he got from playing video games at school. So what happened is that we lost a lot of drive for actually doing productive things, like generally, not only me, but everyone, from just like playing 2 hours in school for like a few days. So we realized like, fuck, this is really something real that I wanted to make a video about. So, in my opinion, if you want to achieve success, the best thing that you can do is, for example, stop playing video games, and for milestones, you can reward yourself with like video games. I don't do it because I'm not a pussy. I won't play video games because I haven't achieved anything real. But for example, if I'm like a millionaire, I'm like sitting in a penthouse and I don't really know what to do else, and I want to play Clash of Clans, like fair enough, I will do it. but usually you won't really want to play Clash of Clans if you had like a Ferrari parked in front of your penthouse. So yeah, I wouldn't really recommend playing video games if you want to achieve success, just because your brain wants to chase the thing that gives you the best pleasure for the least effort, and that is usually video games. And porn also, but video games were the thing for me at least, because I never really watched too much porn. Almost never, literally. So, yeah, I was always a gamer, and when I stopped playing video games, I started getting the real motivation that I was looking for to grind, because my brain always wanted dopamine. Obviously, our brains are really driven by dopamine, and if you remove such free dopamine like video games and porn, for example, your brain will seek dopamine out of productive things because it needs dopamine from something. But if you play video games, it's easier to get it from there compared to business. So it will be an uphill battle to actually work on a business. You can still do it. There are people who play video games and still succeed, but most of the people will just see a lot of benefit from stopping to play video games just to make it easier. Like, why wouldn't you make something easier for yourself? Like, you can make success much easier if you just like stop playing video games, stop watching porn and stuff like that, because it will just become more effortless. Your brain will drive you towards doing productive things. So yeah, that's basically it. That's my experience. If you disagree or agree, you can leave a comment below. But yeah, that's my experience. I'm not lying about anything, because why would I? Like, I don't really earn anything from this. So yeah, guys, see you tomorrow.